we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Day for there to see. Breathe just like a wing, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. I'm Jen. Hey, guys. I've got power. I've got power for now. Not sure how long I'm going to have it. One of our neighbors down the road, he works for the power plant, and he said, hey, it's possible that we're going to lose it tonight. My ex-husband, he has been without power, well, since the day after, I want to say. He's been without power for a couple of days now. I think today makes the third day. My daughter left and she made it to her boyfriend's house. I mean, he's the one that's really going through it right now. And I hate that. I do because he's just now retiring and he's trying to I mean, he don't know what to do with himself. No TV, no nothing, and freezing. So, I don't know, hopefully he'll go to our son's house and stay the night. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Um, my daughter, her room, this is what came through her room, is a tree limb. Came right through. I mean, she sleeps on that side, and yeah, it came right through the roof. Not only did they have that, and I mean, that's the only thing that came through the roof, but man, it's wild, guys. It's wild. Tons of trees are down. They said that it looks like a tornado in Nashville. It just looks bad. Trees are down everywhere. Ugh, hate that. I hate that. I hate that. But this live is going to be about Sebastian. I'm going to do this live about Sebastian, and then I'm going to switch at 7 p.m. I'm going to do an astrology oracle reading live. Mix it up a little bit tonight since I wasn't live last night because I was binge watching. I was binge watching shows. Just taking it easy because of the stress that we've had on us with all this weather. So as you guys know, we are doing a gathering of voices for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who's been missing for 2 years now. February 26th will make it 2 years. Sumner County Sheriff's Office, we're going to be outside the sheriff's office, and some of us may just be walking the city. We may just be walking the city, guys, and, you know, giving messages of hope to the community, to ourselves, to Sebastian, notes to Sebastian. But this is where we are going to do a peaceful protest. We're not trying to get crazy or anything like that. We just want to show up and show out for Sebastian and say, hey, Sumner County, here it is, 2 years. Now what? Are we any closer? No, we're not any closer because Sebastian's not home. So we are going to be gathering from February 23rd to the 27th. You don't feel like you have to come every day. Just, come one day, come every day if you want to. But we are going to gather for Sebastian because together our voices are stronger and together we can remember, right? We can remember that Sebastian is missing. What else do I have for you guys? Let's see. So, as you know, Clutch Them Pearls, he has put out video after video about he and his conversation with Brandon Carter that took place on January 10th, 2025 at 9:54 a.m. And Detective Brandon Carter from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office from the Criminal Investigation Division says due to the need to protect the integrity of the case, we are unable to discuss specific details. That said, in this situation, I would ask, what do you think makes the most sense? What do you think makes the most sense? So Brandon is asking Clutch, what makes the most sense? And he also told him in the same emails that it's a criminal investigation. So I want to start this live talking about the possibility of a criminal investigation. Okay. Because I think that that is pertinent to where we are at right now. I don't know about y'all, but I mean, that's kind of where I'm going with this. So I want to start this off. Let me take me off. Let me share the full screen with you guys. I want to give credit to Channel 5 News. Let's do that right now. All right, let's do this. Let me show you. This is local Channel 5 news in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you can't hear it, just let me know. All right. Here we go.
Exactly 2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone.
Rory Johnston from Channel 5 News. Let me replay that for you guys, just in case people that are watching this later may have a hard time understanding what he's saying.
2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from.
So it had been 2 weeks that Sebastian had been missing. And the local news reporter from Channel 5, Rory Johnston, says this.
From Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old. Sebastian's biological father gave it to Nick Barris during an exclusive on-camera interview.
Seth Rogers shares.
So, 2 weeks after Sebastian Rogers is missing, there's an exclusive interview. Nick Barris, he has these exclusives. Oh, shoot, hold on. He has these exclusives. He wants to be the first reporter to get it out. He is, his buddy is Bert Staggs, that is close with the local law enforcement. Nick Barris is constantly talking to local law enforcement. And this is the only news channel that we have heard state. We have now learned that it's a criminal investigation. 2 weeks after Sebastian went missing. Let's listen to it one more time, just in case people are hard of hearing.
Ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a.
And I'm doing that because I hope you know, guys, why I'm doing that is because I want you guys to know that it's not just that Brandon Carter is telling Clutch Them Pearls that, but the investigators are evidently telling news reporters this, okay? Now, I'm going to play it one more time, then we're going to play it through. I promise.
Ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old. Sebastian's biological father gave it to Nick Barris during an exclusive on-camera interview.
Seth Rogers shares custody of his son, and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
I'm hoping he's still alive. That's my main hope right now, is that he.
Did y'all hear that too? Let's listen to what Nick Barris said. This is so important, guys, because people twist narratives for their own narrative, I guess. Hey, Mama Rissa. Hey, Lady Freedom. Jill, peace, love, Jeeps, Deanna. I should have said hello to y'all in the very beginning. I'm so sorry. Forgive my manners. Joni Ladd. Hey, babe. Difna. Witchy Mama. Shauna. Thank you guys for joining me and for hitting that thumbs up. Y'all are sweethearts. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in and hanging out with me and supporting this channel, supporting the cause of Sebastian Rogers. Because he's not going to be forgotten. He's not going to be forgotten. Hey, Lindsay, good to see you guys. All right, let's listen to this one more time. Let's listen to him.
Rogers shares custody of his son, and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
The deputy, okay? Anybody that would call him anything other than a deputy sheriff's, he is a deputy. Where's the badge? Okay.
I'm hoping he's still alive. You know, that's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, or somebody's going to call 911.
Seth's 15-year-old son disappeared barefoot and with a flashlight from his mother and stepfather's home in Hendersonville either late on Sunday, March 3rd or early that Monday. Seth knows the key to finding his son may come from a tip. Several photographs have already been made public, and now he's released 2 video clips of Sebastian. In this first one, you see Sebastian up front on the left in yellow shorts, participating in a tug-of-war with fellow students.
And if you watch, he got swung around at the end like a little rag doll, and it's like, well, he gave it his best.
This second video shows Sebastian walking at his middle school graduation.
I was very proud of him. I mean, he successfully completed something.
Seth says his son, who is autistic, is not a wanderer. He finds it highly unlikely Sebastian would leave in the middle of the night barefoot, based on an experience his son had as a child.
He decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt, and it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, he doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
And he wears pool shoes in the pool. He even wears shoes in the pool. So for anybody to think that he wandered off without shoes, it's highly unlikely that that is what took place. He's not going to be wandering around in the middle of the night, hanging out, playing, doing anything. And if he was at home, God, why does that keep coming up? And if he was at home and something bad happened and he ran out the doors were locked from the inside. The windows were locked. That's what stumped the law enforcement, is that they could not find any evidence that he left the home. So we have to ask ourselves, okay, if there's no evidence that he left the home, what evidence is there that he made it home? What evidence is there that he made it home? That's the biggest question. Did he make it home?
Seth won't rule out the possibility of foul play, that someone is involved in his son's disappearance. And if so,
Evidently, somebody would have to be involved for there to be any type of criminal investigation now. If there's a criminal investigation, I mean, that tells me that it's criminal. There's something criminal that took place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what that tells me. I don't know about y'all, but that's what it tells me. So here's one. Here's one where the title is FBI and Secret Service join Sebastian Rogers case. This was a year ago. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes. The law enforcement didn't confirm that he made it home. They didn't say that. Sonny said that he made it home. I don't know that. I mean, I don't know that there's any video that shows that he is at home, that he was at home, because it was dark. It was dark when he got home. It was dark when he left the Texas Roadhouse, actually. It was dark when he left. We haven't seen the trash video, Sebastian taking the trash out, but his father did. And he said, you cannot see that that is anybody, much less Sebastian. That's what the neighbor said. They all convened. Remember Bobby saying that they all convened? No, Seth has never confirmed that. No, Seth has never confirmed that. Nope. Nope. That's a big fat negative. Seth said it himself over and over again. You cannot tell that that is Sebastian. It's a grainy video. The neighbor said it. It's a grainy video. We would all like to see that trash video. We sure would. Would love to see this trash video. Because Sebastian, if he would have made it home, then there would be evidence that he left the home. If they are saying that there's no evidence that he left the home, then where is the evidence that he made it home? You ain't seen it. I haven't seen it, but I believe Seth when he says that he cannot tell that it was Sebastian. And then the neighbors confirmed it. They confirmed that you could not tell that it was Sebastian. It was a silhouette, it was a shadow. And I'm about sick and tired of shadows, of silhouettes, of things that would appear to be Sebastian. And maybe we want it to be him so bad. But the fact is that we don't know who it is. We don't know. I don't even know that. Yeah, me either. Peace, love, Jesus. I don't even know that Sonny was even on the case because he acted like he didn't know some things that he should have known. And he kept referring the private investigators to Sheriff Craddock. You know? Yeah, I want to see the video because I don't believe it. I just don't believe that he made it home now.
It has now been 6 weeks since Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his mother's home in Sumner County. The 15-year-old who has autism apparently walked away from home in the middle of the night. Now, today, we learned that the FBI and Secret Service have been helping out in this case. And in the past few days, crews found a pair of glasses in the search area. It is not immediately clear if the glasses are Sebastian's. Crews are looking into that now. Our Brendan Tierney has the latest details on the search efforts.
The search in the air and on the ground for Sebastian Rogers has been scaled back over the past month. But officials say they're still working on the case every day.
Interviewing individuals, re-interviewing individuals, checking out leads, rechecking leads.
Susan Nyland says they're doing an old-fashioned police investigation, including interviewing Sebastian's parents, who've been cooperating since the beginning.
There is not any kind of an indication that there is a criminal element involved. But we are keeping options open. We don't know what has happened.
At this point, they haven't found any videos or other physical evidence that's connected to Sebastian.
We are exploring every lead that comes in and every tip that comes in.
Chief Deputy Eric Craddock says the Sheriff's Department.
I don't know that they are. I don't know that they are going over every single lead that comes in. I don't know that. I really don't. I mean, I don't expect the law enforcement to, with an ongoing investigation, to show us anything. But to say that Seth said that he could tell that that was Sebastian, that is not true. So we're not going to continuously say something that Seth said that he definitely didn't say. He never said that he thought that that was Sebastian. You know what I'm saying? He never said that. And as far as her car, I've went over that before. That's easily manipulated. Easily manipulated. So I'm not buying that. I'm just not buying it. Yeah, I can't deduce that because you're basing things on you're basing things on something that you've not even seen or heard. It's rumors. It's just rumors. The law enforcement hasn't come out and said anything to us about their evidence that he made it home except for the trash video. That's all they said. And the fact is that it was dark. It was dark. Well, Roland Nomad, I hope that you can appreciate the facts rather than rumors, because I'm not giving you a rumor. I'm giving you what the testimony is from the father, the biological father of Sebastian Rogers, when he said the video was too dark. You could not tell that it was Sebastian. The neighbors, the people that have the video, they cannot tell that it's Sebastian. So take it for what that is. It's a fact. That is a fact. And the fact is that we have no idea about Katie's car. That's a fact. You know, that's a fact. And that the dash cam for Katie, if she does have one and all of that, man, that can be easily manipulated. A simple Google search will show you that. So that's that. So the FBI and the Secret Service have been on this case. They continue to be on the case. And there is a very good chance that the Secret Service and their connection with Kathy Bowersox will come to fruition. It's a good chance of it. Very good chance. And I can't wait for that day, because the Secret Service are connected to Kathy Bowersox in an astrological way. Has the law enforcement confirmed that they heard anything on Katie's dash cam to you? I mean, just let me know, Roland Nomad. Have they confirmed about her dash cam? What have they said about her dash cam? Please send it to me when you find it. Let me know what you find when they said anything about her dash cam. Like I said, an easy, yeah, I'm asking you. No, I said a simple Google search will show you that it can be easily manipulated. So you do your own due diligence. You Google it. You research it. You check it out. Why are you asking me? The law enforcement never said anything about her dash cam. And I don't know why. I don't know if you just really want to have an open discussion. And if you do, you're more than welcome to come up on the panel. If you want to have an open discussion with me that is respectful, I welcome it. Yeah, fact is that Seth is the father. And if he saw the video and said, you can't make it out, you can't see that it's Sebastian, I believe him. All I said is that it can be manipulated. It's very easy to see. You can do your own research with that. You can come up with the same, you can come up with the same research, you know? The answers are there. They got all kinds of videos on how to do it too. If you want to learn how to how to manipulate your own dash cam, there's videos that are going to show you how to do it. Well, you may know nothing, but the speculation on my part, there is no speculation when it comes to the video of Sebastian Rogers taking the trash out. You got multiple people saying that you cannot tell, and it's dark. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science a scientist to figure that out. If it's dark and somebody is taking out the trash, you're only going to see a silhouette. You're only going to see a shadow. I mean, that's common sense. That's common sense, you know? Just Google the shit. Google about how to manipulate a dash cam. And then come back. Come back and tell me what you think. But unless you're doing your own research and your own due diligence, you really have no leg to stand on here. That's all I'm saying. Where are you going with Sebastian not coming home? Let's hear your latest theory. Where are you going with Sebastian not coming home? Where are you going with him coming home? Where is the evidence that you have seen that he went home? What is your theory? What's your latest theory about where he went? If the law enforcement can't figure out where the hell he went and that he even went outside of the house and they can't tell that he even left the house, what is your theory? You can go back on tons of my videos and lives and see what my theory are. I mean, I've got tons of them, not just one theory. Hey, Uncle Taco, good to see you. Well, if you haven't seen any evidence, then why are you assuming that there is any evidence that he made it home? And I'm asking you, why are you pushing that he did take the trash out if his father said that he didn't? If his father said that he does not see that that is Sebastian. I mean, how many people can tell you that it's dark outside? How many people can tell you that they don't see Sebastian on the damn video before you actually believe it? Are you just going to be hard-headed and just not believe that? Or are you going to be like, "Oh, okay, well the consensus is that they can't see that it's Sebastian." If the consensus is that they don't see Sebastian on the video, then duh, we can't say that it's Sebastian. So there's no evidence that that is Sebastian who took the trash out. And you need to start asking your own questions. Look in the mirror and ask yourself this stuff and tell me what makes sense to you. We don't have to agree. Okay. Evidently, we are not all going to agree, and that's okay. You know? Well, I mean, I'm not going to answer your question. You are only one of many people in my chat. Yeah, it's just your opinion. It's your opinion. I'm 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 about to yell. I'm going to be yelling. I'm going to get irate because you're wanting to debate something that is really not debatable. If his father said, because it's his son. If he said that I can't tell that that's Sebastian, if Bobby, the neighbor, and 5 other neighbors got together and talked about that exact video that we're talking about, and they said, we cannot tell that it's Sebastian, then the consensus is they can't tell it's not Sebastian. So, where is the evidence that he made it home? Where is that evidence? You know, there's just no evidence that he left the house. They said there's no evidence he left the house. Well, if there's no evidence he left the house, then where is the evidence that he made it home? Are we going off of a grainy, dark video that you can't tell? Are we going off of a dash cam that can easily be manipulated? This is an open, active investigation, and they are now calling it a criminal investigation. Brandon Carter called it a criminal investigation. The local news are calling it a criminal investigation. So if he just walked outside the home, well, nobody saw him. There's no video evidence that have seen Sebastian walk out of the house. So where is he in the walls? Is he in the fireplace? Is he in a hidden room? I mean, is there, I mean, there's so many questions that need to be answered. And that's why we are all gathering at the Sumner County Sheriff's Office going to ask these questions. Even though they're not going to come out and talk to us. I mean, we're still going to ask. Yeah, the dogs didn't. The dogs didn't. They didn't. I'm just wondering, did he make it home? That's the big question. That's the big question. That's what the astrology shows as well. And I'm an astrologer. This is an astrology channel. Just in case anybody is confused, this is an astrology channel where I look at the astrology. I map the missing. I come up with different theories and I'm open to them all. But we just don't know that he made it home. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. It is a very big question. I mean, we can definitely agree on that. We can definitely agree on that and find common ground. We just don't know. Yeah, no matter what, Sebastian was not home opening windows or doors. There's just no evidence. After he leaves the roadhouse, there's just no evidence. And that is the problem. That is the biggest problem. And it makes you wonder if he did make it home. And if he didn't make it home, the evidence would suggest to me is that before he went missing, they, meaning Chris, Katie, and Seth, they were all trying to find ways where Sebastian could get his education and get out of Chris and Katie's house. So he was going to go and stay with Seth and be homeschooled. But evidently, Chris and Katie wanted him to be in a school. But each time that they would send Seth a school, there would be problems with it. Seth would research it and see problems with the school. So for me, it seems like, well, if Seth doesn't want to agree on anything, then we're just going to take matters in our own hands and we're going to send him where we want to. Where did they send him? That's the big question for me. Where did he go? Because I don't think that Sebastian is deceased. This is the one channel that you're gonna find that I'm looking for Sebastian alive. If there was something nefarious that took place after they made it home and they, was walking around like the Pink Panther and they were like the ghost and nobody could catch them on a video or anything, then maybe, she did something to him. She put him somewhere. I don't know. I do think that they sent him away. I don't think that I think that Chris he's got testimony after testimony from his ex-wife, Nina, that shows that he's abusive. I think that before he left, the CPS reports would show that he's abusive. So I'm not sure that anything happened that was nefarious. I'm hopeful that they stuck with that original plan and they sent him somewhere and that things didn't get out of hand. Detective Carter asked Justin, he said, "What makes the most sense?" And to me, it makes the most sense that they would have stuck with their original plan unless something went wrong. Yeah, Seth, so here's the deal. I'm not going to come at you. I'm not going to come at you, but I'm going to tell you right now that Seth doesn't know where Sebastian's at. He doesn't know. He just doesn't. If he knew, oh man, Sebastian would be home. And I can understand anybody that has never been around Seth, that has never talked to Seth, that doesn't know Seth, could say something like that. But he would never break the law like that. He wanted Sebastian with him. He wanted him with him. So yeah. What, that Seth would hide Sebastian? Yeah. Yeah, that's what that's what Roland said that he wonders or she wonders if Seth would hide Sebastian. He didn't need to hide Sebastian. Sebastian was coming to stay with him. Yeah, I mean, I would too, Roland. I would totally do what I needed to do. to keep my kids from, being in a bad environment and try to keep them safe, I would definitely do that. But not Seth. He didn't have to break the law. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to, because Sebastian was going to come and stay with him. And he didn't even know. He didn't even know about the CPS stuff. That's the problem. He didn't know. If he would have known, things would have been a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Dialogue is good, and we need to have good communication. Yeah, I mean, we can have a difference in opinion. We can find common ground. You don't have to go anywhere, you know. And there's always going to be bias in any chat that you go to. It's going to be any bias, and you've got to, when you come on strong, you got to take what is coming back. When you come on strong in a chat, you got to take what is going to come back on you. Be courageous. If you're going to be courageous enough to spit the game, you got to be able to take it. And I mean that with all respect. Yeah, I want you to. You definitely got to expect the same. But I'm going to be truthful, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you like I see it and like I'm experiencing in it, because I mean, I am a local. I've been mapping Sebastian since day one. I'm definitely invested. And if I thought that there was any chance at all that Seth could do anything, I would not be talking to you like I am now and telling you that there is absolutely no way. Yeah, when it comes to Seth being involved, Mama Marissa says I am biased. We just know what we know. We know what we know. That's fine. That's fine. Have a good night, Roland Nomad. Don't forget to hit the like button. Come back in when you can. I promise we'll be nice. Look, you didn't get blocked or nothing. We're easy breezy over here, but I mean, we are going to defend where there does need to be defense. And the main thing is Sebastian. Sebastian is just lost in all of this. He's lost in all of this. The adults bickering back and forth. Chris saying, hey, I'm going to try to talk. I'm going to try to talk Katie into this, Seth. Why do you need to talk Katie into anything? But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I do want you guys to know that I'm going to replay it for those of you that are coming in. And I want you to know that the FBI and the Secret Service have been on Sebastian's case, and they will continue to be on Sebastian's case. It's not just a one-time thing. Let me show you this one again, because I want you guys to understand that there is what they are calling a criminal investigation. Okay, so if there's a criminal investigation, let's play the tape through here. Okay, if it's a criminal investigation, then there is something criminal that has taken place, and that means that Sebastian didn't just wander off. That means that Sebastian did not just wander off. If there is a criminal investigation, okay, that means that Sebastian didn't wander off. Here we go.
Exactly 2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm
criminal investigation. For those in the back, I want look.
Of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old. Sebastian's biological father gave it to Nick Bears during an exclusive on-camera interview.
Seth Rogers shares custody of his son, and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
I'm hoping he's
So that's the main thing that I want y'all to take from this. The deputy from the Davidson County Sheriff's Department and criminal investigation. So we have Brandon Carter telling Justin, clutch them pearls. It's a criminal investigation. And we have local news reporters that are saying that it's a criminal investigation. So that means it's a criminal investigation. The FBI, the Secret Service, they are in on this case. They're on it. They've been on it. Seth has a person that he speaks with from the FBI. Exactly, Michelle. Yep. I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, that's just where I'm at with it. I just don't know what else to think right now. Maybe, maybe it'll change. Maybe our views will change. But 2 years later, and there's no evidence that he left the home, I'm skeptical of the evidence that he made it home. I think it would depend on the institution because at this point, looking at some of these institutions, and I know that Lady Freedom has, a bunch of us have looked into some of these institutions, and I'm going to call them that. Some of these schools, and some of these schools are, well, that's the reason why Seth didn't want Sebastian going to them because not a lot of them have good reviews. Many of them have bad reviews. And so Seth was very skeptical of sending Sebastian to a place where he would be unsafe. A lot of these institutions are also, you can't take your phone with them. They can't. They can't. Yeah, some of them are reform, military. You can't take your phone. Some of them are out in the wilderness. Some of them you can stay there until you're 21 years old. Yeah, exactly. I've worked both, Jen. Yes. Like, did he make okay, now what? What? If now what? Yeah. I watched the Hell Camp. They are separation programs. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of shady facilities. There's a lot of shady facilities. And they had money too through the attorneys. There's a lot of scams with them. Money. Lots of scamming going on. Lots of scams. How would no one have reported him at one of those horrible camps by now? I mean, yeah, that's a big question too. Why hasn't he broken away or ran away and called Seth? That's true. Money talks. Money talks. We just got to question. We got to question it all. They do. They do. They have reportedly died from abuse in some of those camps, allegedly, on a sailboat in the Mediterranean. Who knows? People in other states have no idea who Sebastian even is, right? That's why Seth begs and I beg and we all beg. Lady Freedom begs, we all beg to hand out flyers. Hand out flyers. Talk to people, talk to your neighbors, talk to your family. Make sure that your neighbors and your family know first and then move out from there. Go into your city. Post flyers at your grocery store because you could be living in Australia, you could be living in Japan, you could be living in Maine, New Hampshire, Virginia, Utah, Nevada, California. People don't even know. And yeah, I mean, Uncle Taco, when he's traveling, that's all he does. Hand out flyers, hand out shirts, talk to people about Sebastian. And that's what we need. We need more people doing that. Yeah, there are many religious institutions that are off radar in other countries too. Are they paying, though? If CP seemingly treated him the way he did, well, yeah, they would definitely pay to get him out of the house. They would pay to get him out of the house so they could play house, I'm sure. I mean, that's my opinion. I think it's possible. Anything's possible. You know? We have proof that Sebastian left the roadhouse. We have zero proof that he made it home. So I feel like something happened on the way home, like an exchange. I do have lines that go to Virginia on my map. That's correct. I'm always looking for any other places that he could be in Virginia. Places like, Chris went to school in Maryland, so any places that are around Maryland, Washington, New Hampshire. I mean, I could go on. I could go on and on. You wish you could find that screenshot. The screenshot of it's in Virginia Beach? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we do know that, Chris and Katie both have family that live in Virginia, so there's been alleged sightings of Sebastian all over. You know? Did you see the lady that took her kids to Croatia and the father just found them 4 children? Off topic. No, I mean that's definitely on topic, girl. It's really on topic because anything is possible. Remember when Lori put on Facebook and people were screenshotting it and sharing it right after Sebastian went missing? That John had went to the UK? We don't know that Sebastian didn't have a fake passport. Paying a high dollar public investigator, we all know he keeps nothing private. Exactly. Yeah, we know he don't keep nothing private, even though early on he was saying before he got hired that, their investigator should do this and should do that and give updates every 5 days and not be on social media, not be on any panels, but yet he has been. He did everything that he said that a investigator shouldn't do. Yeah. I mean, they're security people, electrical people, Navy people, no security. No security while he's gone. Evidently Chris Proudfoot didn't wanna protect, his wife. He had her just alone at weeks at a time with no ring camera, no nothing. No nothing. Didn't give a shit. They weren't worried. They weren't worried about, anybody coming in or breaking in or Sebastian wandering off, nothing like that. I guess he was okay. I mean, if my man was gone weeks at a time, I know he would want me to have a security system. I know Jeff would want that. There's no way that a man wouldn't want his woman to feel secure. If you're gone weeks at a time, he would be gone 2 weeks. And he could definitely afford it. He's living in a $700,000 home. You can definitely afford a security ring camera. She said that she knew. She said that she knew. The woman who was just found in Florida, her father had been looking for 40 years. The mother was arrested. Yep. Parental kidnapping happens all the time. And Chris had said something about that, said, oh, it'd just be a little slap on the wrist. Well, gee, that sounds like CP's wheelhouse. Control and parent wants instead of child's rights. Yep. Someone does know something. Needs to bring an end to this case. Nope, she didn't tell him. She didn't tell him. Yeah, I mean, she worked for a security company. She worked for a security company. Is going on here? Are we just stuck or what? Are we stuck? What's going on? Yes, there is Seth Rogers' YouTube channel. It's crazy. It's crazy. How in the world? Ugh, crazy. It's crazy that you can have so much care for your family, but not have any way of protecting them when you're away. Yeah, she had access to neighborhood internet. Yeah. Weird. Very weird. A lot of things. Joe, she was telling Mary Lynn that in a chat there was a screenshot floating around. Hard to tell if it was really Seth's mom or not. I think it was, but either way, CPS was involved and someone got fired. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it would be a misdemeanor if he comes back at 18 per Chris. Yeah, it's definitely not true. Chris said that if he comes back before 18, it's a misdemeanor if there was a parental kidnapping. I don't understand either, but I guess you would have to meet and understand and know her, you know? You would have to know her. That's what I think. And maybe she's saying that she knew and she really didn't know. Maybe she really didn't know. We don't know. We don't know. I know that she went to all kinds of psychics and mediums trying to get them to tell her where she could find Sebastian. She was on Terry Lynn's channel for panel channel for a long time until Terry Lynn went off uh, YouTube. I guess she's still off YouTube. I don't know. I haven't looked at her channel in a long time. But I mean the yeah, allegedly Sebastian swore her to secrecy, but I don't know. I don't know. That one's a weird one. I don't know. But I just wanted to make sure that we are on the same page because I think it's important for us to know that not only has Brandon Carter stated in black and white that this is a criminal investigation, but so has the local law enforcement, I mean the local news reporters, that they had received information that is now a criminal investigation. So it tells me a lot, you know? Sorry. She did disappear. She went poof. She went poof. There was a photo at Christmas time before Sebastian went missing. There was a wreath on the back door and there was a camera above that door. It does not surprise me that they would have had cameras and then they didn't. Hey, Cinderella. I agree. That's exactly where my focus would be too. That's where my focus would be too. But Lady Freedom, so many colors to choose from. Beautiful. I don't see bracelets. I'll have to wait till next month to get a hoodie. Yeah, the hoodies are great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Well, and I'm sure it's because she was jumping on panel to panel and she was putting out a lot of stuff about the law enforcement on her Facebook. Yeah. She did. Nina did comment and say that they do have cameras in the house now. Now that Sebastian isn't there, they have cameras now. You know? I'm sort of new comment on your lives. I personally think that the games that are being played by law enforcement, FBI, mom, stepdad, some of the other side to stop. Yeah. He does deserve a lot better than this. He deserves so much more than this. He definitely does. Yeah, Cinderella says, I've been in the grandmother situation. Your situation worked out. Could have went south at any time. You don't want to judge her. I get it. I'm totally there with you. And I appreciate you, Kelly, for coming in and saying hey, commenting. I just know that when someone tells us something in confidence, there's a moral dilemma. Not sure how long it was before she told him and he went missing, just speculation. We're all different. We're all different. If my granddaughter called me and said something like that, I would be in the car. I'd be there within a matter of however long it takes me to get there, and shit would be going down. It'd be going downtown Julie Brown. I'm a hothead when it comes to that, and I'm not gonna wait. But me and Robin are different. I mean, she didn't raise her kids like I raised mine, you know? That's a different animal altogether. CP saying this case will be studied for decades. They believe he's never coming home. Hmm. I don't know. Yep. I would be be in that car so quick. Be like, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. And I would be going crazy to get there, you know? Me and my kids just we have a certain type of relationship. Well, Seth doesn't have that type of relationship with his mother. You know? I mean, and I think that that's pretty obvious. They have a different type of relationship. They just do. Him and his sister, his parent, everybody has a different relationship with their parents, you know? Yeah, we do. Me and Lady Freedom have talked about the things that we would do. We just can't, we're trying not to judge why she didn't. She felt really bad that she didn't, you know? And Katie, you shouldn't have to protect kids from their mother or from their father. But evidently, there were teachers that were concerned. There were child agencies that were concerned. People were concerned. Chris is trying to get his daughter. They're trying to send Sebastian away. It's not happening quick enough. And that's why I think that they did what they needed to do to find him another place to stay. Because the fact is that there's no evidence that Sebastian left the house. He wouldn't have left the house without shoes. His mother was there at the house with him, unless she dropped him off with somebody else before they got home. And I happen to think that he didn't make it home. I happen to think he didn't make it home. If you have a grainy video, if it's dark, all the intersections, let me just show you that. Let me show you that because I think that we need to take a look at the map, make sure that my map is still going. I don't need to log back in. Okay. Let me show you the map. Let's look at this just so I can show you the intersection. Okay. So this is the one from when I've had both of the maps, but this is the Texas Roadhouse. Let me get into the other map. Let me get it to the other map. Hold on. Take everybody off Jesus. I want to show you this intersection, and then I'm going to show you the way that the GPS would take you if you're there, or the GPS is going to take you going home from the Texas Roadhouse. So we know that he was last seen at the Texas Roadhouse. We know that because we saw him get in the car and leave the Texas Roadhouse. Where he went from there, don't nobody know. And unless the law enforcement knows, right? So here it is. He leaves the Texas Roadhouse. They come out, and that's if he didn't get dropped out before any of this, but it's dark, right? It's dark, and he comes to this intersection first. So here is the first intersection. There is the lights, the red lights right here at this intersection. It's dark. I don't see any cameras here. And so they're going to go straight. They're going to go straight. They're not going to get on the interstate. They don't need to. You don't need to get on the interstate. And get off at Center Point. You don't need to do all that. It's actually longer to go that way. So here we are. We've just crossed over Vietnam vets. Just crossed over Vietnam vets. There's no, doesn't look like any cameras here on these either. Okay. So we're going to go, we got a little stop area here if we wanted to. There's really nothing there. So we could stop right here if we wanted to. It's a little stopping point. Little something right there. Let's pull up the missing real quick. And we do have some lines right here. So this is interesting because there's a little stopping area there. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that right here. This little stopping area. If I wanted to drop Sebastian off real quick with somebody else before I made it home. Let's look at this. Values are found on this angle, and I've got money. Okay. The missing north node in Aries is fated with the dark moon in Virgo. So there's a disordered aggression with a relationship here. There's a relationship here. Okay. Let's pull up the DA. All right. We got the DA up. This is where he shines. He shows up and he shows out. And it's a good angle to find Sebastian on. Could be having to do with a school. They've been here before. We've been here before. Okay. There's a little stopping area right there too, it looks like. But there's no cameras. It's dark. She could pull in, pull out, and nobody's even going to notice. Okay. Nobody's going to notice. Let's look and see if we've got Chris. Yes, we do. We've got Chris here at this little stopping point. This is where there's a lot of disordered aggression with religion, with something to do with religion, group schools, group home, something like that. Let's see. There's Seth. Seth is riding that line right there. Seth's 10th house in Eris, and it's trining Neptune in Sagittarius. So this would tell me that it could have something to do with a church, an affiliation with the church. This is what that is telling me right now. And we got the state of Tennessee. This is what I want to see. Okay, this is what I want to see. So look, yeah, I just showed you Seth's line, babe. Right here, right there. It's the 10th house. It is where he is warring. And it's in a good standing with the things that are hidden that have to do with church. Because Neptune is church, it could be a long travel. But Sagittarius is usually about immigration, church, courts, judge, things of that nature. And then we have, where's Katie? Where's Katie? Where's Katie? There's Katie. Oh, she's definitely showing up here. And there's an investigation. It's a little wake-up call, a little wakey she gets right here. with this little pull-off point. I'm really digging this. I'm really digging this. Sebastian's 11th house of groups with the law enforcement, possibly military. This is about kids. This is a lot of kids because I'm seeing the 5th house of kids. This is where there's a lot of aggression and disordered aggression about school. About school. This is a lot about school. There's the FBI, and this is where the FBI falls with Terry Bowersox. I already know that. Let's see, who else do we have here? There's Texana. We all know who Texana is. There's a breakup here with her. Let's see, anything else? No. So I think that would be kind of a good area. You know, that I was thinking stop 30, but this is also a good one. So we've got 2 places now that we could stop on the way home and pass Sebastian off to somebody else. Okay. So let's keep on going on our way home, see if we see another place because I hadn't seen that one before. Little stopping area. Okay. And let's see what is over here because if there's a church here, let's see what that is. Christ is love. Christ is love church. Interesting. 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 Okay. So because we are here and we see that there is religious stuff going on right here per my analysis with the astrology, and we have a church here. Christ is love. I think that this was a good stopping point, and it could even have something to do with this church. So I'll be sure to look into that church a little bit more, see if we know anybody at that church. Let me see if I'm going the right way. I am. And see, this isn't a good stopping area like the other one. No. No. Nope. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. Hold on, let me back up. We're going to go right here and we're going to take a left on stop 30. This is about 10 minutes for her to leave from the Texas Roadhouse. 10 minutes. Uncle Taco's line. I don't have Uncle Taco in the map. I don't have you in the map, Uncle Taco. Okay, so we're gonna go left on to stop 30. We're gonna go. Okay, so there's the creek. So we're gonna go to the left. And we're just gonna keep on going. But I want you to see that there's nothing else on the way. And I want to show myself that there's nothing on the way either. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull up I can't see the chat. Hold on. Okay, now I can. Okay. Now I can see the chat again. All right, so now we've taken a left. And we're just going to keep on going because this is the way home. This is the way that she would have taken to go home. All right, now we have a little area right here. We got a little pull in right here. Let me look at this area right here because we got a little pull in area right here. So we do have this area. No. So Robin has a daughter. Robin has a husband, and they have been to the vigils. Yeah. They have been to the vigils. And their daughter lives not too not too far from them. And Robin wouldn't have the means to take care of Sebastian. She wouldn't have the means to take care of Sebastian. Here's the DA. Okay, so I like this. The DA's Mercury in Pisces is going here, and it is opposing his enlightenment. It's opposing the physician that brings him enlightenment. And so the DA's Mercury in Pisces is very much obscured. Okay, so the Mercury, the communications here are obscured. So I want to go back down. Let me see if I see anybody else here. I definitely see the missing, and I definitely see the natal and Katie. This is a little worrisome. There's a divine justice here with Katie. Fourth house, Sedna. There's a letting go. It's faded with Leo. This would be about kids. We've been here before. There's a health factor. There's a shakeup. Okay, so let me look at this a little closer. Let me see if I've got a hot spot here. I'm going to create one just so I can make sure that I come back to this area. Okay. I'd have to draw that again and see. Because I don't know about over here, but maybe over here. Put a hot spot there. Okay, so let's get back on the road. Let's get back on the road. Let's keep on going down, stop 30, because that's a little pull off area. There's a pull off area. There's a lot of woods right there. And like I said, I'm just not sure that he made it home. Just not sure. So we're going to keep on going. And then I'm going to show you a perfect, absolutely perfect place to stop. Lady Freedom and Jeff and I, we went to this place and we were like, whoa, this is a very interesting place. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. God, if I can get down on the road. What about the neighbor that lived by Seth? She knew Sebastian really well. She supposedly moved to Cali. Yeah, that's a lot of rumors. It's a lot of rumors. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. And here it is. This right here. Here it is. So this is where the electrical is going back there. And then there's another pull-off spot here. So you got two. You got two little places that you can go on stop 30. Here's my little man. So I'm going to show you that right down there. Go. And see, this is right before you get to New Shackle. She would get to New Shackle Island, then she would take a right. And it's right here at the BP and the gas station and the car wash. Right there. Where the owner of Warsham's also owns this one. Yeah. The owner of Warsham's also owns that one. I don't know if y'all have ever been into politics or you know anybody that's in politics or anything about it, but sometimes money just talks, you know? So here is the first entrance into the electrical place, the little substation, and then there's another entrance. Well, this entrance, you can come all the way. You can bring your car all the way. And we've got a section here, and then we've got a section here. It's very private. It's very private right here, you know? And you can see that the energy that is here, that is going to transform in the future, is right here. And it's going to bring a justice to the home, to the mother, to the family, to the maternal. It's right here. And the natal outer wheel for the future is here with the communications and siblings. So this is a very good place. Very, very, I still think it's such a great place for Sebastian to have been switched, or for her to have done something nefarious before she makes it home. But I don't think she had time to make it home and do all that. So Seth receives leads here, and he does. He has definitely received the lead here. Yeah, we went there, Uncle Taco. It's very much open, but private, very private. So she would come to this intersection. It's only about 10 minutes, 9 or 10 minutes, okay? And she would come to this intersection right here. See, there's the BP. The car wash is over here. So she's at this intersection. Now let's look for any cameras here. There is a camera here. Don't know if they work. Looks like a camera there. Looks like a camera there. On stop 30. But it's dark, right? It's dark. She comes here, and she should be going to the right and come all the way up New Tackle Island. Like I said, it's about 10 minutes. It's quicker than taking the interstate. There's Old Drake's Creek. This is where the DA he shares a lot of pain. This is where the DA is sharing pain, right here. And that is not DA Whitley, it's the new DA. And there is where he's sharing pain. The White House Utility District. White House Utility District. The drop box location for the utility company. This is the missing Saturn. And it is also this area where the missing Saturn is, and it's going right over a creek. Right over a creek area. And so it would be this area if we wanted to, because this is a part of the creek area that we would be walking, that I've suggested over and over again that we should walk. We should just walk it, because it is here in this area, this creek area, where Saturn is. The DA is sharing pain. Saturn is here. The state of Tennessee is shining when it comes to the Pluto. The Pluto in Pisces in the 4th house of home is here. And so when it flooded twice when Sebastian went missing. When it flooded, the water came over the banks, okay? So I want to just look at this one for just a minute and see what else I have. Let me make sure that because this is the new one. Let's go ahead and get one right here. Yeah, I've got a hot spot right here on this one right here. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was looking at that Saturn correctly, and I've got a hot spot where that Saturn is, because it's crucial that this area of water right through here is checked. The area of water at this creek, at Old Drake's Creek, going down to Kemper Trail, it's very critical that this area is searched right here, even up here, even up through here. And it's right here where that water, that storm water, would go. It would go from the new construction area, and it would come down. It would come here, and it would go all the way down to the Cumberland. Okay. So that is that's where I'm at. You know, I'm thinking that Sebastian is alive. They have taken him somewhere. Otherwise, he was dropped off with someone. You know, he was dropped off with someone. They took him somewhere. They took him to a school. They took him to a place. Otherwise, something nefarious took place, and she has made it look like an accident, and we could possibly find him in the waterway. That's where I'm at. That's where I've been at with the as far as the as far as any with that with each and both, you know, with both maps, whether he made it home or not. And I want to show you this one too. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Oh, is it not going to do it? Shit. I'm not spelling it right. Why is it not doing that? It's not doing something. Save. Maybe it's, oh, it's on the other one. Never mind. It's not on this one. I've got all of the I've got all of these sightings in the very beginning. I've got all the sightings on this map. So all the sightings, all the alleged sightings. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh, I know why. Duh. There it is. In the very beginning, there was a lot of people saying that they saw Sebastian. And there was someone that was posting that they saw Sebastian, and other people were saying that they saw Sebastian. It was right here around Newman's Trail. And so this is where the DA gets shaken up with the investigation, because allegedly he was seen here walking, and it's going right over New Hope. It's going right over the new construction, crossing Ward Lane, going over New Hope. So just know that all the sightings, all the alleged sightings I've got on this map, all of them. All the ones, the one in Georgia, the alleged sighting in Georgia that was happened 3 days later. I've got that one on the map. The Walmarts in Kentucky, all the different Walmarts in Nashville, I mean in Tennessee. All the alleged sightings are on this map. And I've probably got about 1,500 addresses on this map. Yeah, there should be. There should be a paper trail, y'all. Yeah. I think that law enforcement would love nothing more than to solve this case. I'm just skeptical of the politics and the money. We see the politics, we see the money, we see all that in our higher, you know, in the federal governments, the FBI, the Secret Service. We see all of that that goes on, and we can't not, you know, we can't just assume that there isn't anything going on that wouldn't be corrupt. And we can't assume that there are, you know, but I'm open. I'm open to the fact that they are. I just wish that they would be communicating more. Not everybody can be a Grady Judd. Not everybody can be a good communicator. You can give the public some feedback without giving them everything that has to do with the investigation. You know what I mean? You can talk, you can communicate. Relationships take that. It takes good communication. So I don't understand why they can't communicate. I mean, Chris told Seth he could be homeless. They were the first day when Seth got there. They were going to go look at homeless camps, or they did go and look at homeless camps. So, I mean, you know, Chris has said that as well. And so when I heard that he had been seen allegedly a sighting at a homeless with homeless people, My ears perked up. Very interested to know, could he be homeless? What did they say? They come out saying something new? Did they come out saying anything new? I mean, the labor camps are something. You know, they are a big part of who we are. God dang, yes, they are. I don't know what we're talking about here. Oh, the statement that they just made. Is there another statement that they made? Or the one that that you and I have discussed? The one that you and I discussed? Where they said that that they hope that Sebastian's remains are going to be found? That was pretty shitty, if that's the one you're talking about. If he was homeless, you would think after 2 years he'd find a way to contact Seth. Sebastian knew how to get to Seth's house. Yeah, he knew his dad's number by heart. You would think so. You would think so. You would think so. I would hope so. I would definitely hope so. Yeah, anybody and everybody. Nobody's been cleared, but I do have a working relationship with Seth with his son's case with the map. So, and he was at work. How are they needing a security analysis to search for Sebastian? They don't. They're just trying to be relevant. That's what I think anyway. I think that they're just trying to be relevant where they're not relevant anymore. I remember mapping that kid that was, I think he was 14 when he went missing. They found him 900 miles away. He was autistic. He left home. They found him 900 miles away 4 years later. And even after they found him, I don't think he still wanted to go home. I mean, I don't think that they were the first big search party. Yeah. And I heard them with my own ears tell Seth that they had to go because they were receiving threats. I wasn't a fan of them when I heard that, because how do you have Navy in your name and you're going to be scared off? I never got threatened. Jeff never got threatened. We looked for Sebastian. But I was also not going by the house and videoing it and trying to talk to Chris and Katie either. I'm looking for Sebastian. United Cajun Navy, they didn't even search themselves. They actually did not search. They set up a tent. They gave out flyers to search teams who were volunteers. So they themselves, I never saw them actually searching for Sebastian. I didn't, but well, I mean, that's the way that Seth could get Chris McDonough, the Cold Case Foundation, to help him. That's why he's been screaming for them to clear him so they can come in and investigate the case. I don't think a guilty party is going to be begging for help to find Sebastian. It would be the other way around. The ones that aren't begging for the help, that's where I'm looking at. That's where I'm looking at. We finally get to meet Lady Freedom. I'm saying, man. Oh, I know you will be back. I know you will be. What is false about the Cold Case Foundation? Because Seth and Chris have talked multiple times and on the phone. So if Chris is saying it, if Chris is saying it, then and that's what he's telling Seth, and he has admittedly said this on his channel. I believe Chris McDonough. I do believe Chris McDonough when he said it. I know you'll be here. Mama Marissa, send me a message. I'm making some poster boards with Sebastian's flyer and messages from our peeps who can't be there. Oh, that's sweet. Lady Freedom, that is so sweet. Y'all, we got a sweet one here. Okay, cool. Chris McDonough also said that Seth could have hired someone to help kidnap his child. Well, if Seth did something like that, let's just say hypothetically, I mean, think like an investigator, right? Former LE. You would think that he wouldn't want Chris McDonough on the case to put him behind bars. You know, we're not talking. Seth isn't stupid, and he's very much intelligent. I don't think that he would do something like that and be trying to get Chris McDonough, all these foundations, all these groups involved to helping find Sebastian if he was the one behind it. I mean, he'd be laying low. He's too smart for that. And not only that, Seth likes to follow the letter of the law. Yeah. I woke up on the couch and saw that she was live, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going in. I'm going into her live before I go to bed." I mean, that's what Chris said, though. He did say that he tried to get I mean, he said it on his show. As a matter of fact, I'll find it and I'll put it on my next live. He did say that, though. He did say that because people were asking him about it. If Seth was in the chat, he could tell you word for word. Yeah, that's what people who don't know Seth might think. Yes. Yeah, but he definitely said it. I mean, Chris, I've watched his lives and he's definitely said that. Well, I mean, I think it's a smokescreen. It's really hard to think that you would not suspect first the mother. Once you clear the mother, then you go to the stepdad, then you go to the dad, surrounding family. But look, law enforcement didn't even look, Seth has said it over and over again. If you didn't investigate my friends and my family, if you didn't go and take their devices, if you have not done your due diligence with my friends and my family, you haven't done your job. You haven't done your job, law enforcement. And that's true. Who is the number one advocate for Sebastian? Who is it? It's not us. You know, Well, you are saying something completely different. You're saying something completely different from what Chris McDonough has said, though. So I'm going to have to show you that there is definitely reasons why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I know that Chris McDonough has said that. I know he has said it out of his own mouth, and he has said it to Seth as well. But EquiSearch didn't stop. They didn't just stop because of that. And actually, I think that Tim was here for what, almost 2 weeks? He was here for a good week. And he and Seth still talk, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's broken. My main concern is, why is it that Katie is not the number one person that everybody and their mamas is talking about? She is the last one to see her kid. You think she just went to sleep and her kid went out the door and then locked the door? How did that happen? How did the doors lock? If he went out the back door, went out the front door, how did they lock? Where's his shoes? Why didn't he take his shoes? You know, there's a lot that we could say, we could speculate with all kinds of people. But the fact of the matter is that Katie was the last one to see her kid. She was the last one. So that's where the attention needs to be. And that's where Chris McDonough has been. It's not been on Seth, it's been on Katie. Look at his last live about Sebastian. Yes, he did say that. He did say that. Well, I mean, Chris McDonough, so I'm glad that you have finally admitted that he did say that, because he did. Thank you. That's what I wanted to make sure that we all understand, that he definitely said that Seth needed to be cleared. He definitely said that. So I'm glad that we can agree on that. It's taken a hot minute. CCF also helps when asked by LE, but that LE will not allow them in. Yep. Yep. That's exactly what Chris said too, the last live. I mean, he's told us everything that he can, you know. Yep. As soon as he will help as soon as it turns green. And that's what we that's what we all want. That's what we all want. Chris's foundation can help. This foundation can help. Seth knows that. Seth is seeing him do his due diligence, seeing his investigative work. And that's what Seth, any parent would want to see, is good investigative work on your kid's case. And when you're not seeing that, that raises big questions, especially in a small town like Sumner County. I don't know if any of y'all have ever been to Sumner County, if you've grown up around Sumner County or any of that. I have. I don't know if y'all have been to any of the court proceedings. I have. And so I'm going to tell you from experience, there are problems in Sumner County. There are problems that need to be resolved. And the main problem that I see is Eric Craddock. And that's not just with my visible eyes looking from the outside in like y'all, but it's from the astrological side too, because he's connected with the United States at a federal level with their Saturn. He slows shit down. He slows things down. He makes the government look bad. Okay, if that's the case, then he's looking bad. And he does look bad. Mr. Snuggle Struggle. I mean, it just looks bad, guys. It just don't look good. And the mother is the last one to see him. So that's where the attention is for me. That's the biggest red flag, is her. Her behavior, Chris's behavior, it speaks volumes. Volumes. Not being an advocate for Sebastian speaks volumes. Going on shitty channels speaks volumes. making fun of the parents, making fun of Seth speaks volumes to me. Not talking about Sebastian, not out there looking for Sebastian, not being his number one advocate. Any mother who is not their kid's number one advocate is the main suspect, and I cannot believe it. Yeah. Yeah, you've seen it firsthand. The real Me Too, she has been there. She has seen it firsthand. We have seen it, guys. I mean, sometimes seeing is believing, right? Sometimes you just got to see it for yourself. Maybe that's when you will actually believe that there is something wrong in Sumner County. And thank you for joining in the Real Me Too. Good to see you, babe. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, Liberty, she takes notes. You can't get nothing past her. She takes her notes, honey. She is busy. The real Me Too is very busy. I can't wait to see you too, babe. It'll feel like too bad it's not going to be summertime, but hopefully it won't be icing. He is an A+ statement analyzer, yes. I agree. And that's who you want on your kid's case. You know, when it's like this is, and you don't see Chris and Katie trying to get Chris McDonough. I mean, you don't see them trying their best to get cleared. Shit, Chris says he is cleared. Chris says he is cleared, guys. Chris is clear. And it's crystal clear that he's cleared. So I guess he and Katie are cleared. According to Chris. According to Chris, I mean, the law enforcement have given him all kinds of legal advice too. According to Chris, the law enforcement have given him legal advice. I mean, he's just oh my God, that man. You are a good listener, honey. You are. You can't get nothing past Liberty. I played his and Chris McDonough's analysis, and they were on Chris and Katie. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, making fun. Any man that's going to make fun of my kid, I won't be with them. You ain't going to make fun of my kids, and you definitely ain't going to make fun of my kids or my family. You're not going to make fun of my kid's dad. And Seth has even said, you know what? It's kind of like I can make fun of Katie, I can talk shit about her, but it bothers me when other people do. And I get that because it's Larry is the father of my kids. I mean, he's the father. He's my kid's dad. So I can make fun of him. I can talk about him, but don't you do it. And I think he probably feels the same way. Don't talk about me. He can, but it can't nobody else, I think it's a respect thing. And it's hard to have respect for anybody that was the last person to be with your kid. It's really hard, and it's very baffling. It baffles me to think that other people don't understand why Chris and Katie and Seth are at odds. They've been at odds. They've been at odds since the very beginning. When your kid goes missing from the other parent's house, you're at odds. That has divided you. Okay? Do y'all understand that? If your kid goes missing from the other parent's house, that sets up a divide between y'all. I mean, yeah. I mean, Peace Love Jeeps sharing pictures of when he was a kid. making him seem less than he isn't. And Chris calling him names, calling him out of his name. Yeah, we're not privy to those receipts. Hey, Lolo, Lori, good to see you, babe. Good to see you guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me doing this live. I'm going to, before we walked into the court, many locals kept warning us they were corrupted. And boy, were they right. We saw and felt it the second we walked into that courtroom, didn't you? Oh my God. It's the good old boys club. And I mean, you can look at past cases. Look at Grant Solomon. Look at the Grant Solomon case. Just look at the Grant Solomon case, guys. I mean, this isn't just this corruption wouldn't happen just overnight. You know, it wouldn't have just happened overnight. And we just don't know. Just don't know. Tennessee's state documents reveal incompetence, corruption, and the death of Grant Solomon. The Gallatin Goofy Loop. Look, Gallatin is not. Sumner County is not a place. If you're not from there, there is going to be problems for you. And if you are from there, you better have some money. You better know some people. It's all about who you know. It's all about who you know. It's all political. Political. We can see it all over the world in our big government. Don't think that it's not in our little governments, guys. It's all political. The power is in who you know. And if you don't know anything about the Grant Solomon case, I mean, please look at it. Like, look into it. Look into Grant Solomon. Look into his sister Gracie. Insurance fraud. Aaron Solomon. Look into him. I mean, don't take my word for it. I don't want anybody to just take my word for it. I want you to do your own research. Exactly. Hey, the kid's dad would have been the first one I called. Hey, have you heard from him? Have you heard from him? I know that you're at work, but have you heard from him? Have you gotten a message or anything? She didn't ask. That was never asked. That was never asked. That was never asked. And that would have been the first question I asked. I would have called the kid's dad. Hey, have you heard from them? Because I can't find them. Have you heard from them? That was never asked. That was never done. She knew that he wasn't with Seth. Okay? She knew it. Otherwise, she would have called and asked. But she knew it. There's a lot of things that are red flags to me. Little things like that. Little things. But this is where I'm at. Brandon Carter said it was a criminal investigation. He put that in black and white. The local news reporter said that it was a criminal investigation. It's a criminal investigation. Somebody knows what happened to Sebastian and where he's at. He didn't just wander off. It's a criminal investigation, meaning he did not wander off. He was either taken from the home, from the neighborhood, or he was taken from wherever she stopped on the way home. Katie knows. In my opinion, Katie knows. She's the last person to be with him. So that's that. In my next live, I got to get prepared for that because I'm going to do full on astrology, oracle cards, get into some divining and having fun. And some of you, it may not be your thing, and that's okay. We have found common ground, and that's right here. Looking for the missing and talking about the missing and keeping the missing in the public eye. But now I'm about to switch to my other live where I'm going to be doing nothing but live astrology readings and things of that nature. So join me if you want. If you don't want to, I understand. If you got things to do, it's fine. Love you anyway. Yep. Yep. She's something else, man. She's something else. I appreciate your hard work too, Mama Marissa. Appreciate your heart. Appreciate all of you. We all work together. We all work together. Yeah, something got too close. I thought it was weird that they talked to Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, knowing that her and BHB are buddies. That's another little thing that kind of, is odd for me. It's odd that BHB and Chronicles of Olivia are buddies, but yet they gave her an interview and took Betty to court. Very interesting. Thank you, guys. Thank you, honey. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks, y'all, for being here, supporting me, supporting this channel, supporting Sebastian, supporting the truth. Supporting the truth. Yeah, they're good friends. Hard to believe that they would have given Olivia an interview just because she's friends with BHB. And you know that they knew it because they were on YouTube before Sebastian went missing. So I love what you do too. The truth is going to prevail one way or the other. We're not going to stop. I mean, that's point blank, period. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that you are a member, babes. Zero emotion. I mean, there's like none. Look at all the other mothers and then look at her. There's your proof. There's your proof. She knows something she doesn't feel. She doesn't. She sure doesn't. Oh, thank you, Mama Rissa, for giving Lara. She's probably not even in here. She's probably not even in here. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Mama Marissa's always giving those memberships. Such a sweetie. Thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream with Sebastian's anthem, and then I'm going to jump back on live. Maybe you guys will join me, maybe you won't. But whoever does, we are going to have a little bit of fun and lighten the air up just a tad. All right. I love you guys. Thank you again. Thank you again for joining us, being a part of this solution. We're gonna bring a solution. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together. All right. So y'all come over to the astrology live. Love you guys.
Clean like your soul won't be forgotten. We stand strong for you, never give up. Seek justice and truth. Day and night we search. Community gathers, wipe the tears away. rise up for you. Sebastian strong, Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, babe. It lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise up for you, Sebastian strong, Sebastian's army, we march on. Each day comes and goes, hope in our hearts. You're never alone, we'll bring you home. Wish it was a dream, hey, it lingers on, but strength we carry will keep you strong. Rise